To me, Black University is important because there's no other space that brings HBCU students as a collective to gather on an HBCU campus where we should actually be doing the organizing and the political education in the country. Black University is the first of its kind and kind of following in the footsteps of SNCC, but really taking it to another level, especially with the issues that we're facing today. In my personal opinion, as an HBCU grad, I went to Bethune-Cookman. I wish that I would have had access to political education in a way that is digestible and accessible, right? So like when we're talking to young Black folks, sometimes we're using a lot of jargon that people may not have access to. What Black University does is bring in the best of the best facilitators, local and national organizers, and also professors who are also like plugged into the movement and aren't so distant away from these students. I mean, I could go on and on about why it's important. For me, a personal dream would be to see Black University replicated throughout the South. So right now it's pretty much North Carolina constituents, but you know, there were students who showed up from Georgia today from the AUC, but eventually my goal and my love for whatever Black University will do is for it to be replicated throughout the South, because there's a responsibility that HBCUs should have, but I don't think we're actually living up to those expectations. The fact that there are 105 universities, but none of these universities actually have a social justice institute, but you can go to a PWI to get trained on how to be your best Black self is disgusting, right? So we have to hold our boards accountable, we have to hold our presidents accountable, as well as our Africana Studies programs. They're like less than 20 out of 105 schools, and let's not even get started on policy, right? So whatever Black University is creating and setting out to do should definitely fly throughout the country. I'm gonna do my best to continue to support, to bring students from all over the nation because they need to be here, but the work that these people have put together by themselves, right? With like not a whole lot of funding, not a lot of infrastructure, but simply a dream, right? So that just goes to show you that HBCU students are capable, that Black people are capable, and we don't actually need anyone to come in and tell us how we need to run our shit because we are brilliant, right? So like Black University is just a perfect example. I think of Ella Baker in the BYP 100, like she's like our most prized ancestor, right? Because she taught us that group-centered leadership is the way that sustains Black people, right? So there is no top-down structure here. This is a group-centered leadership model where everyone feels like a leader, everyone feels empowered, everyone knows that they're bringing something to the table, and I think it's a way that they've developed this program and the way that they've invited folks from all around the country is divine, right? Like there's no one here that shouldn't be here, right? There's no one here that doesn't feel like they have anything to contribute, and I haven't been in any sessions with any student that hasn't said, wow, like I know this, right? Like sometimes when we hear terms like intersectionality, it's like, Kimberly Crenshaw may have coined it in '89, but like, nigga, I live intersectionality, right? And like knowing that innately as a Black person, we're not a monolithic people, but I don't have to use the term monolithic, right? So giving us just the terms and the language that we need to thrive. I could go on, but this is amazing and this is beautiful, and it outdoes almost every summit I've been to. I've been into HRC summits, even as a student, sit on their advisory board. I even work for the National Black Justice Coalition, and we are not doing this work in this way, right? Like everyone has a strategy or a model to get Black liberation for all of us, but the way this is very raw and unfiltered and like created by just a simple dream and a vision by ordinary folks, I think Ella Baker is truly happy and pleased and honored.